Losing weight is something we talk about every single day in practice at Center Spring MD. Even here at home, it's a conversation as one family member or another is always concerned about their weight. Now, weight does something weird to our brains. It almost creates a sense of desperation or panic, especially when we feel like we don't look the way we want to. And as our energy changes, our numbers change and shift, and what we can and cannot do shifts, that sense of desperation just goes haywire. And really, people are willing to do just about anything. If I think back on all the history of all the weight loss trends, I'd be here for a really long time, and I certainly don't want to bore you to death. But I picked a couple just for us to break down and talk about. And yes, we are going to talk about Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, and the latest weight loss trend that everyone, including celebrities, seems to jump on to figure out how to lose weight fast. All right, what are these things? So here I've got Hydroxycut.
Caplets are new, great tasting gummies.
I lost 47 pounds. I feel beautiful.
Hydroxycut's key ingredient, guys, is caffeine.
That's suspicious.
It's really just revving up your nervous system, trying to boost your metabolism, honestly, in an artificial way. We know caffeine's gonna wear off. It's not gonna do much for you. It may suppress your appetite, possibly, but at some point it's going to be dangerous to do something like this for an extended period of time, because as we know and we've talked about, there's so many studies that connect caffeine and some of these artificial metabolism boosters to heart failure, heart health, cognitive health, ADD and ADHD, and even anxiety. We gotta be careful with this stuff. All right, what about this? This was huge when I was growing up. I don't know about you guys. SlimFast, right?
Each shake is low in fat, the calories are counted, and nutrition, it's all in there. The plan is easy. A shake for breakfast and lunch, delicious candy bars as snacks, and a sensible dinner. So come on, start Ultra SlimFast today.
What does this do for you? Well, here's what it does that everybody has issues with. It manages your intake. It gives you a controlled amount of something to take in. And this is what patients tell me all the time. They're like, I just wish someone would just literally feed me and give me the amount of food and the type of food that I'm supposed to eat, and all the weight would magically fall off. That is partially true. And programs that do that and do it in a very clean way have an incredible amount of success with their clients. Even programs that use something like this, which has, if you can look at the ingredient list, when there's that much fine print, not good for you, right? This ingredient list in particular, I can't even count. I think it's almost 30 different ingredients in here. Super processed. Dairy and whey is kind of the key protein source. It does have protein. It meets our 20 grams of protein per day requirement, but the junk in here is going to be really success that is short-lived. It's not going to be long-term success. Here's what's going to happen. This may help to shrink your appetite, just like the coffee over here. It may actually be okay to use longer than something like Hydroxycut, right? But the load on your gut, when we're dumping this much artificial stuff on your gut and asking your liver to process it, your results will be temporary, and many times the weight will come back. Not just that, a lot of weight and weight loss failure is the result of not being satiated, not feeling satisfied, full, emotionally fulfilled as you eat your food. So drinking one of these for a week or 2 weeks might get rid of some of the overeating you may be doing, and it may work as a temporary quick fix, but it's not the secret to long-term success. Now here's the deal with the weight loss medications, right? Even in practice, I'm getting asked for prescriptions for these medications over and over again.
My goal weight is 135 pounds.
Between the hype on social media and the relentless TV ads, questions are swirling around this type 2 diabetes medication.
And you may lose weight.
Now we're talking about Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro. These are the semaglutide blocking medications that essentially are regulating your blood sugar and your insulin. They have been a game changer for people with a significant amount of weight to lose. Because think about it, when your BMI, or your body mass index, that's your weight against your height in this fancy equation, you can see it right here, when that is over 30, the body becomes very insulin resistant, meaning it doesn't want to lose weight no matter what you do to it. It's kind of in this comfortable set point. So you have to be consistent day after day after day, maybe for 6 weeks, maybe for 8 weeks, before you see diet and lifestyle changes really pay off. Who's got that patience and that amount of persistence? Very few people. Actually, I had a patient the other day and she was like, you kind of have to be told you're gonna die, or your ex is dating a really hot model, or this is the end of your life, and if you don't do this, you're not gonna get the job, the work, whatever it is that you want. And it takes sometimes that level of motivation to really be consistent for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks to get this weight off. Since most people can't do that, that is where a medication like Ozempic, Wegovy, or Moderna seems to work. It blunts the appetite, it starts to decrease the amount we're taking in, it brings insulin down and blood sugar down, and there is success with a catch. When those medications go away, the weight's coming right back because patients are not training themselves to eat in a cleaner way, to eat in a way that satisfies them, and to enjoy food, which is one of the fundamental pleasures of life. So when do I use those medications? Those medications are appropriate for someone who struggled a really long time to lose weight, who can't get the diet and exercise piece to pay off for them. But we can't do those medications without the foundation of good gut health and good liver health, which is exactly what we talk about when we talk about East-West medicine. An alternative way to really approach weight loss is to think good gut health, good liver health, and general cleanup. Start by really removing the junk. Really lower sugar, lower salt, get rid of processed foods, and start to eat in a consistent pattern. I talk a lot about eating every 4 hours, having consistent eating patterns in this video right here. Now, in addition to that, in the whole sort of lore of Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine, the world of herbs and herbal medicine played a really big part in this gut health conversation. For example, in my Belly Fix, I have included key things to help really improve digestive health. Everything from glutamine and collagen, spirulina to clean up the liver, pre and probiotics. So this is a great way to jumpstart it, paired with ingredients like inositol that actually help to lower sugar, and choline, which cleans up the liver. So when we step back for a second and we think, do we want a quick fix like a Hydroxycut or a SlimFast or an Ozempic or a Wegovy? We have to deliberately think first, do I have a good foundation for health, specifically for weight loss? And that begins with cleaning up the gut, cleaning up the liver, removing the junk. And as patients start to do that, it is literally magic. It's just the motivation. It's just the desire of doing that that's often the first step. Sometimes it's not the fancy diets. There's so many diets out there and everyone thinks that this is the diet plan that's gonna work for me. What I'm finding now after almost 14 years in practice is that it's not so much the diet, it's the cleanliness of the food, the rhythm of eating and the intervals of eating, and then not really feeling like you're deprived where you have to constantly go back and look for fulfillment in a sugar snack here or a salt snack there, and that you are managing your stress effectively. So I prefer that approach to weight loss. But if you're stuck, if you're depressed, if you're frustrated, if your BMI is over 30, your body fat is over 30% as well, that journey of seeing results can be longer. And either you have to be okay with it and have an image in your mind of what you're going after and stare at it every single day and remind yourself that you can do it. You've got it within you to do it. Think one day at a time, one decision at a time, and you're gonna get there. But if you're instead in a loop, and I've met many family members and patients that are in this really destructive loop, and that loop is, I was bad, I did wrong, I'm fat, I'm never gonna look good, I'm not good enough, and they live in kind of this lower vibration state, well, that's destructive, and we wanna get you out of that. And that's where I even might consider one of those medications. So Ozempic, Wegovy, they're not trends, they're real medications that we've gotta take seriously and meet you as a patient where you are in the conversation around weight loss. But just remember there's another way to do things. And it begins with this fundamental East-West philosophy of good gut health, good liver health, eating clean, and taking care and nurturing your own body. All right, I post new videos every week. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.